D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So I just finished The Bad Batch, episode 11 of season 2, and this show is not very good. I mean, I'm trying to not be like a Debbie Downer about it and be negative, but it's just not that great. This episode wasn't like, it was just medium at best, mediocre at best, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do with this show. Like, they're not giving me anything that I like. This one, I mean, like, you had like they have the Zillo Beast in it from Clone Wars, but I'm like, so I didn't even like the Zillo Beast when it was in Clone Wars. I thought that was a stupid episode. So this one didn't like make me go, oh my gosh, and everything. And I don't even care where they're going. This show, it's going back to season 1. I thought season 1, the beginning of it was terrible. It didn't get good until halfway through when they started adding in extra other characters like Hera and stuff. Like that 2-part episode was really good. But like this one, I mean, like last week's episode was the ending to a 2-parter and it sucked. And this episode did not give me any like hope for this season. Like the only good episode this season was episode 3. That's the only good episode. It's medium to terrible. That's what it is. And I'm getting really frustrated with this show. It's like, if you guys don't pull your head out of your butthole, I'm not going to watch season 3. That's a lie. I'll probably watch season 3 because I'm a glutton for punishment. All right. Now that I've got that out of the way, like my little tiny rant there, I'm just going to get started on this episode. Well, before I do, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we just keep getting shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, let's get started on this breakdown. And I'm going to break it down real quick and everything because some of this stuff is actiony, and I'm just frustrated with this show. It's like I just watched Mandalorian, and that was so good, and I'm like, how come you guys can't make this as good as the Mandalorian? I don't understand that process. I mean, maybe it's because the animation is hard and stuff, but anyways, all right, sorry, I ranted before. Now I'm getting down this breakdown. So it starts off with this ship in space, and it's been damaged like hardcore. And so then we go inside the spaceship. It's starting to plummet onto this planet because that's where it goes. It'd be cooler if it was in space, but whatever. And so you got this guy, and he's running this trooper, and he's running through this ship, and he's trying to hide and everything. And I'm like, oh, where's the monster at? And so he's waiting for it, but his little stick goes out, and then he looks up, and the monster picks him up and eats him. And it's like, and everything. I'm like, okay, again, don't care. So then we go over to this mountain. And this reminds me a lot of the Thrawn trilogy, because there's like a mountain in that one. I just can't remember what it is. And there's like a clone. And spoilers for the Thrawn trilogy if you ever go to read it. And there's like a clone of the Emperor in there, but he's like an old man or whatever. Anyways, he doesn't know he's a clone. Anyways, at least that's what I remember. So you get the ships all landing. And we get this, not this woman, but this woman. Her name is Emery, and she's the assistant to this guy. Hold on, we'll find which his name is Dr. Hemlock. Now, I thought maybe we had seen him before. I don't remember what her name is. It doesn't matter with the bangs. I'll call her Bangs, but she doesn't show up again in this episode. So he goes to see, he's coming down here and he comes to this, and this is Nala Se, and she was the head cloner lady on Camino. And she's been captured, and he's like, Nala Se, he's like, you can help us out because you're a doctor and everything. And she's all like, you destroyed my planet. You destroyed my people, you killed off that's my planet. I'm not interested in this nonsense. So go away to the meeting. I don't care. And Hemlock is upset because he wants to do this whole cloning thing. He is like, but yeah. So he's like, he walks away and he's like, is there anybody from Camino that she knows, kind of thing? And she's like, the prime minister, the one with the fin, the guy with the fin. But I think all the males have fins. He's like, get him here now. So then the Bad Batch, they're yelling at Zeb because she said there, Omega, annoying. I don't like her, but she didn't have that big a role in this one, which was good. But she's like, you left us on that planet to die. And she's like, yeah, but you guys pulled it together and you got your ship back. So good job, guys. She's like, listen, I got a job for you. And there's a down ship. There could be some good cargo on it. You know, that's the thing. They keep going on these missions and they don't get anything from the missions. And I'm like, how are they making money? Like, how is anybody making money? The Bad Batch, they just go into situations and they don't get what they need to make money off of it. I'm like, I don't understand it, but whatever. So they're trying to figure out, because they're like, we can't quit Zeb because she knows too much about us and she could tell people, and she would, because you can't trust Zeb. And then, but they're like, maybe if we do this job for her, we can get out from underneath her thumb. Like, it'll be enough for us to get away from her. So they go to the ship, and there's this little city right here, this little town. They said town, but it's like a town. We'll say town. This little mountain town, which I thought was like nice and everything, but the ship is crashed, and they head towards the down ship. And so here it is. And so they're like, I don't recognize any of these. It doesn't have any markings, and I don't recognize this type of ship. So they go in and they're going through and everything. And this is just, he finds this little stick that the guy dropped from before. And he's like, oh, yeah, got a souvenir. This is great. I always wanted one of these. And so Tech is going to turn the ship on, the power on, which is a bad idea. And he's going to, while he's doing that, he hears something, but he doesn't see anything. And then everybody else, they're coming across, and here's this tank, which plays a part later. This is obviously where the Zillo Beast was staying. So she's like, this is Camino Tech. This is a cloning council. And so, does he not notice this big blood splatter, right? Oh, no, that's the vine. Sorry, my bad. I'm sorry. It was the trees from outside. So he gets the ship up and running a little bit, not like crazy. And this droid pops out. He's like, danger, Will Robinson. He's like, what's happened here? Who did this? And he's like, danger. And so all of a sudden, so they're seeing the markings. They're seeing this goo, which looks like something naughty. The Zillo Beast had a naughty moment. So then you see, like, it's little things come across the thing, its little spiky tail, and then you see it. Now, at first, I didn't know what this was. It kind of looks like an alien from Aliens or whatnot, but I didn't know what this was. And so I was like, okay. I'm like, the creature design is not that great anyways. The Zillo Beast creature design, when it gets big, is not that great in my opinion. Like I said, I thought that episode in Clone Wars was stupid. Well, it was a two-parter, right? I thought it was stupid. I did not like those 2 episodes. I thought it was just dumb. I was like, you got a big monster, like this kaiju going through Coruscant. I'm like, come on, man. So he's eating the electricity, and they're like, what is that? So finally, they turn around and it's gone, but then it's like, boom, right there. And when I first saw this, I was like, it's not really that great of a monster. And it's really not. And this whole episode is nothing that we haven't seen before. They go on a ship and a monster attacks them. I mean, come on, guys. Come on, man. So then they try to get him with that, but they end up, it runs away. And but it's still hunting them. And so they start, it runs past them, and they're like, Tech, there's a monster, and it's eating this electricity and getting bigger. And they're like, does that look different to you? And I'm like, and the bigger it gets, the more it changes. It's metamorphosis, because that's the name of the episode. So then it's all like, with its electric mouth and everything. So he blows up. He's like, everybody get back. And he blows that up, but it kicks it out of the ship and blows it out of the ship. And it starts heading towards the town. And they're like, we have to help these people. And I've been like, no, let's get the hell out of here, because that thing is like non-defeatable. But at the same time, you got to help the people. So you got to help the children. And so they're getting ready, but Dr. Hemlock has sent troops and everything. So they're trying to deal with this beast. They're firing at it and everything, but it's going straight for those lights. All of the lights. And I can't remember what these two talk about, but they're just trying their best to get it to done. But they need to shut down the power, because that's the thing. This thing eats power to get big. So it gets into this power source, and it just starts growing like crazy. And they realize that they've cloned the Zillo Beast from Clone Wars, and the Emperor did it before he became Emperor. Before he became Emperor, he ordered this to be cloned. And so it's gotten bigger. It's gotten to its full. It gets to its full. And if you remember this from Clone Wars, this stupid monster. So then the Empire shows up and they send their troops in everything to capture this thing. And all these people, it's like, we're in a witch hat. Yeah, it's a witch hat. So they're all like, what's going on here? There's like a big monster eating our electricity. This is crazy. Let's watch. So they're freaking out and everything, which they should. And so it's at its full potential. They're trying to stop it, but they're not working. They're like, where do these guys come from? There's a big dog fight and everything, explosion, all this stuff. It's just really boring, in my opinion. But what are you going to do? And then the creature. So they end up capturing the creature, right? And they get it onto the ship. The Empire does. Good for you. And then they end up taking. Oh no. They're like, they've got the creature. There's no way we can get her or whatnot. But at least they stopped it. And they take off. They're just like, let's get out of here. I gotta get out of here. So the Empire, so they blast off, but the Empire, they gather, they capture the creature, they put it in its little cage, its little water cage, and then they capture all of the townspeople. Like they put them on the ship, and I was like, well, you just got experiments, new subjects for your experiments. I was like, that sucks to be them, man. I feel bad for them, this woman and her child. Because they saw the Zillo beast. That was their crime. They witnessed the Zillo beast. And I'm like, that's not fair. So then they get taken away, and then she's really bummed about it. And they're all like, this was the Zillo beast. It was ordered by the emperor before he became the emperor. And it was like they're harnessing it to use it for some kind of weapon. And then and he's like, maybe they destroyed Camino not because they wanted help there. They wanted to control cloning. They're cloning, and they wanted to control all of the cloning. They didn't want anybody else to be able to clone but them. And he's all like, where was this ship going? He's like, I don't know. It didn't have coordinates. And he's like, all right, send the information to Echo and Rex and see if they can do anything with it. And then back at the mountain base, Emery talks to Hemlock, and he's all like, she's like, we recovered the monster. He's like, good, put it down in the depths of the ocean. They swim all around, and then he's like, is the prime minister here? And she's like, his shuttle just arrived. So the prime minister, and then he's like, did anybody witness the Zillo beast? And he's like, a couple of the townspeople, and he's like, take care of it. And he's like, will do, sir. And I'm like, poor people. So then the prime minister shows up from Clone Wars and from, the second movie and everything. Maybe he was in the third movie. I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. And he's all like, ex-prime minister. And then he's like, basically the prime minister's like, listen, you give me my freedom, I'll help you tame Nala Se in helping you create clone. He's like, because it's interesting. Surprising. You have all of the resources you could possibly want, endless resources, but you don't know how to use it. You don't know how to get done what you want done. You need Nala Se. You need her knowledge, her know-how, all that stuff. And without her, you got nothing. He's like, very interesting. He's like, you give me your freedom and I'll tell you what you need. And he's like, you need Omega. That's how you get her to do what you want, because she's all about the girl clone. And I'm like, I'll get out of here with that nonsense. He's like, interesting. And he's like, let's have a chat. And then that's where the episode ends. And like I said before, this episode was not that great. I mean, like, it was like, if you like the Zillo Beast episode from Clone Wars, then you might like this. And that's totally cool. I'm not judging you on that. But I didn't like those episodes, and I didn't like this episode. It was very like, this show sucks. It's not good. I don't like it. It upsets me in terms of like, it's just not trying to be good anymore, in my opinion. I think that they're just doing it because they need, they're just like, well, we need episodes, guys, so start writing. And it really annoys me. It just annoys me. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not looking forward to next week, like, at all. I'm just not looking forward to it. So, yeah, that's my story. Tell me, what did you guys think about this episode? Are you like me and you're just like, this is just crazy bones? It's like not even good. And I don't even know why they even bother anymore. Or do you love it? Did you think this episode was off the wall, crazy good? Tell me what you guys think. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next week on my Bad Batch breakdown and review. You guys have a good week. Bye.